can leaders balance accountability, empathy, and honest conversations to drive meaningful change?
I love some of the work of Brene Brown, who's a shame and empathy researcher. And she always talks about clear being kind. And you just asked me about the thinking environment, and the thinking environment is a great way of being clear. So if you're clear with somebody, then it is kind, isn't it? Thinking about this led me to Kim Scott's model of radical candor. And I think this should be a must for everybody, but especially leaders. So Kim Scott used to run Google. I think she was the ops manager for Google. So loads of experience of managing people. And in her model, if you imagine 4 quadrants, where we care personally and we challenge directly, that balance is what she calls radical candor, or being radically candid. And this will make you smile, Francis, because when I was first teaching this, I was talking about radical candor, and somebody misheard me and thought I said radical panda, as in the black and white bear. So I sometimes do call it radical panda. What happens often, and I think happens often in education, is that we care so much that we're not clear about the message. So if somebody needs to be told that they're doing something wrong, they need to be told in a way that they can understand it. Sometimes we go around the houses, as we say in Yorkshire, so that somebody comes away thinking, well, I don't know what they said there, and they carry on making the same mistakes. So that doesn't work. But sometimes equally, we don't challenge because we don't care. We talk about people behind their backs. You know, it becomes a toxic environment. And of course, in some environments, sad to say, there is still the out and out bullying of, just challenge without any care. So this idea of radical candor, how can I practice kindness, but be as clear as possible about what it is that needs to be said? Trust is built in that way. I do find that tough love is something that I've learned how to do, and that people appreciate it. I don't find that anybody falls out with me or resents it as long as the message lands kindly. I think what the part of the problem is, Francis, we don't take the time to have those conversations. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. We usually we pay very little attention to such conversations.
Yeah. And it is difficult, but if you communicate that kindness and it's really sincere, then I really think that people can hear. I would also say, though, that when we're in a workplace or some culture where we have a culture of appreciating one another, noticing what's good and saying it, it makes it easier then to challenge, doesn't it? Because that trust has built up.
Exactly.
And so if somebody challenges me and it's in that trust environment, I don't think, oh, no, they really don't like me. I think, actually, I know they really respect me. So there's something in this. I need to listen to what they say.
Yes. And my advice to many corporations, many businesses, particularly mining companies and energy companies, has always been that, as much as they have licensing to operate in a particular community, it is important to listen to the needs of the people, because at the end of the day, they have to make profit, but the people also have to benefit from their resources, right? So that's what in corporate sustainability, we call that social license. Corporations need that social license to operate. So having the legal license alone is not enough. That social license is also important. And how do they get that social license? They can get that through the community, by listening to the people, by listening to the needs of the people, asking them what their needs are, and helping them to achieve those needs or those objectives. So it is important to always have that listening ear, listen to people, listen to their problems, and try to find solutions to those problems. It is important. At the end of the day, it is win-win, and every business must bring win-win outcomes.